On Sunday night, April 20th, 2025, a shocking incident unfolded in the heart of Washington, D.C., shaking the foundations of security protocols and raising concerns about the safety of high-profile officials. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem became the victim of a brazen theft while dining at the popular Capitol Burger restaurant in downtown Washington. The incident occurred under seemingly ordinary circumstances. Secretary Noem was enjoying a meal when an unidentified individual snatched her handbag from her side. The thief, described as a white male wearing a medical mask, quickly disappeared into the bustling city streets, leaving behind a trail of questions and concerns. The theft, a stark reminder of the vulnerability of even the most protected individuals, has sent ripples through the highest levels of government. The fact that a member of the president's cabinet could be targeted in such a manner has raised serious questions about the effectiveness of existing security measures. While the theft of a handbag is undoubtedly an unsettling experience for anyone, the contents of Secretary Noem's bag elevated this incident to a matter of national security. Beyond the usual personal effects, the bag contained items that could potentially compromise not only Secretary Noem's personal safety but also national security. Among the stolen items were Secretary Noem's driver's license, apartment keys, and passport, leaving her vulnerable to identity theft and other personal security risks. Adding to the concern was the theft of $3,000 in cash, which Secretary Noem had withdrawn for family activities, including Easter gifts for her visiting children and grandchildren. However, the most alarming discovery was the theft of Secretary Noem's Department of Homeland Security Access Badge. This badge grants access to sensitive government buildings and information, potentially compromising national security if it falls into the wrong hands. The presence of such a critical item in Secretary Noem's handbag, particularly in a public setting, has raised eyebrows and fueled debate about the security protocols for high-ranking officials. The theft of Secretary Noem's handbag, particularly the DHS access badge, has ignited a firestorm of criticism and concern from security experts. Jonathan Wackrow, a CNN law enforcement analyst and former Secret Service agent, expressed deep concern over the incident, stating that it represents a significant security breach with potentially far-reaching consequences. Wackrow emphasized that the theft of an access badge, which grants access to sensitive government locations and information, is a serious matter that cannot be ignored. He stressed the need for a thorough investigation by both the Secret Service and the Department of Homeland Security to determine the extent of the breach and implement necessary changes to prevent similar incidents in the future. The incident has also raised questions about the adequacy of security measures for high-profile officials like Secretary Noem, particularly in their personal time. While acknowledging the challenges of balancing personal freedom with security concerns, experts argue that the potential risks cannot be ignored. This incident serves as a stark reminder of the constant threats faced by individuals in positions of power and the need for constant vigilance and proactive security measures. A city under scrutiny, crime and politics in the district. The theft of Secretary Noem's handbag comes at a time when Washington, D.C. is already under intense scrutiny for its crime rates and security protocols. While statistics show a decrease in violent crime in the past year, the incident has reignited concerns about public safety in the nation's capital. President Trump, a vocal critic of D.C. Mayor Bowser's handling of crime and homelessness, has repeatedly called for increased police presence and stricter measures to address what he calls a crisis in the city. He has even threatened to intervene if the mayor doesn't take action to create a clean and safe D.C. The incident has provided ammunition for those who share the president's concerns, arguing that it highlights the need for a more robust security apparatus in the city, particularly in areas frequented by government officials. However, critics argue that focusing solely on increasing police presence and security measures is a short-sighted approach that fails to address the root causes of crime and inequality. They call for a more holistic approach that includes investments in social programs, affordable housing, and job creation. The aftermath, potential consequences, and future measures. The theft of Secretary Noem's handbag has exposed security vulnerabilities and sparked a debate about safety in the nation's capital. Investigators are working to recover the stolen items and prevent future incidents. The Department of Homeland Security is reviewing its protocols. The Secret Service is also conducting a thorough investigation. Experts predict tighter security measures. This could include stricter protocols for access badges, increased security presence in key areas, enhanced background checks for sensitive information access. The incident highlights the need for constant vigilance. Washington, D.C. will never be the same.